Hey everyone, it's Marla. Welcome back to Twinstrology. Hope that you're doing well. Just wanted to come on and touch bases with what's happening with twin flame unions. It's been a while since I've done a sacred union card reading. Just so you know, it's just really hard for me to be on social media right now. I'm very sensitive to energy and the collective energies. I'm tired myself from all the energy shifts that are going on. So, tuning in and reading the collective energy and then connecting with all the energy of uh, people watching, people listening, it's a lot right now. And Mercury retrograde is actually really affecting me, which it usually doesn't, even though I'm a Virgo rising, but it seems like I'm having such a hard time talking these days. But because there's so much going on with the energy, I wanted to just share what I was getting because I know it helps when you hear other people talking about things so that you know you're not alone and you know you're not crazy with what's going on. So I'm not going to do a full union reading today, but hopefully soon I'm planning on doing that. So these are the cards that I pulled, and I'm going to actually I'm going to pull the cards in closer so you can see them. This deck is the In2it Tarot ContraVersa version. Actually, I really love this deck. It's by a friend of mine, Kimberley Aria, and I will link to the deck in the comments. So the card that represents the overall energy of twin flame unions right now is Nine of Wands. A test of faith is the key phrase here on this card. And if you follow me on social media, you know that I've been writing a lot, trying to encourage everybody to keep the faith because I felt this test coming. And I really do encourage you, if you only follow me here on YouTube, I encourage you to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Obviously, Facebook is not my favorite right now, but that tends to be the place where I post the most information as it comes. I've been trying to post on Instagram too, but Instagram frustrates me because if your post has any kind of link to it, it makes it difficult. Anyways, I have been writing and posting on my website and on Facebook about keeping the faith, being very strong in your conviction about your union, because tests are happening now. And it's so important for us not to get pulled into the negative energy. This card, Test of Faith, it represents two different energies. The energies of you and your twin and your union, but also the collective energies. Everybody is being tested right now because things are so chaotic in the world. And it's easy when you're an empath, when you're a sensitive person, to get pulled in. But you have to maintain your boundaries and your determination and your focus on what is important and not allow yourself to be pulled in. Now we are unplugging from the matrix. That's another post that I wrote recently for the Libra full moon. Now, as I said in the post, lots of you have been waking up for years, but we don't unplug from the matrix, all at once. We have to go through different stages of unplugging. And the 2 weeks between the Libra new moon and a very, very potent Taurus full moon, that's going to be a blue moon, and that's happening on Samhain or Halloween. And that's going to be kind of a culmination of dismantling a lot of your fears and looking at your patterns. So we're all being shown right now what patterns we're still holding on to and how we can let them go. So that's one area where the tests are coming in. Now, how these tests are going to come in is there's a lot of mirroring happening. So every interaction that you're having with people, understand how that person is mirroring things for you, especially if a trigger comes up. Okay, you've got to go into that and figure out what it is that you're projecting onto that person. Now, for twins, this mirroring energy is really powerful right now. The divine masculine is awakening very strongly with this Mars retrograde energy. And they're going through it. They're going through the ringer. A lot of them are in dark nights of the soul. And they are, they're going through their own patterns. And they're getting their own stuff mirrored to them. What happens is, even if you're not in communication with your twin, because energies are aligning so much right now, the union energies are getting stronger, we're really feeling our twins. So if you're not focused and you're not aware of where you're placing your energy all the time, what can happen is if your twin is going through something and clearing something, you're going to pick up on the mirror of that. And you're going to start working yourself up energetically, bringing yourself down and reflecting that. So, for example, if your twin is going through something and your twin is thinking, they're trying to come to grips with your union or with your connection or whatever, and they're going through doubts and releasing those doubts, you may have these doubts come up in you. And you may not realize that it's them. So, go into the fears. Now, does that mean that because you're mirroring that you can just disregard whatever comes up for you and say, oh, that's just my twin's energy? No, I don't recommend that you do that. Because if you were totally cleared of that energy within yourself, you wouldn't even need to pick up on it as a mirror from them. So whatever way this mirroring shows up for you, it's still going to be reflecting something that you're holding within yourself. But what I do want you to do is stay aware of how your twin might be reflecting that energy in their own way. Abandonment is going to be a big issue coming up, or it is a big issue. Also, because there's so much chaos going on, people want to be alone. So you may be feeling like you want to be alone, be very inward focused, be kind of withdrawn. That's okay right now. It's probably a good thing. Like, you definitely want to stay away from the media and that sort of thing. Again, it's not just our twins, but with everything that's going on with the world, we want to stay in our zone and not let ourselves get pulled into fear. It's time to disconnect from the fear and free ourselves. So because we're kind of withdrawn right now, there also might be times with your twin where maybe you're withdrawn from each other a little bit, or you need to disconnect from each other temporarily. If that's happening, that's okay, because just realize that it's a really intense time and the mirrors are very strong. Now, what is positive in twin flame unions? We have the Hanged Man card, a new perspective. This card is all about surrender, release, letting go, allowing. Okay, so this is what is positive. So we're getting our faith tested because our higher self is wanting us to surrender. That test of faith is leading you into having trust in your journey. There's awakening, there's epiphany here on this card as well. All twins, divine feminine and masculine, are tuning into their divine mission. And your union is part of that mission. Okay, so both of you are awakening more to that. And you also need to trust each other that whatever's going on with the two of you, that you're working towards union. Don't let those 3D perspective, don't let what people are posting on Facebook or any of that drama interfere with what you know in your heart, which is that you are one, there's a connection, and that everything is working out just fine. In the bigger picture, same thing with the collective energies. Surrender, release, let it go, allow. All the things that seem to be out of control right now are all part of the plan. There is nothing to worry about. Don't get caught up in the fear. The biggest thing to let go of right now is fear, no matter what form it takes. But we got to focus on being one with all that is, and not only trusting in your union, but trusting in the divine plan for the ascension process. And know that everything is just unfolding, and it's wonderful, and it's fine. And we're all in this together, and we're going to get through it. Now, what challenges twin flame unions right now? I got 2 cards came out of the deck, and the first one is 5 of Swords. And the saying here is, not by the rules. So this is important, okay? 5 of Swords, there's ego involved with 5 of Swords. Ego is what we're shedding right now. But when it comes to the collective energies, things aren't going to be playing by the rules. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns. There's going to be things that we're not expecting to happen. And how is it that I want to say this? Well, people might be playing dirty, okay? Look at some of the key words here: hostility, defeat, conflict, abuse, plot twist. Okay, expect the unexpected, but don't get triggered by it. Okay, everything's going to be fine. Everything that's happening right now with the collective and in your twin flame journey is helping you change. The full moon that's coming on October 31st is exactly conjunct Uranus. That's change. That's a new beginning. That's our new start. But we have to stay focused. When it comes to your twin, we have to, this is what is challenging, right? There's hostility. There's conflict for some of you. Look on this card, the man is trying to offer her flowers and she's got her back turned. She's angry. Okay, we have to flip this card around. And on the other side, with the 5 of Swords reversed, it's shifting the energy, making amends, changing it, doing it differently, surprises. Okay, so this is where we're surrendering. We have to surrender the past. This is an opportunity for a new beginning. So if you really want union, let go of everything that's happened before, and what happens in your union is up to you. You are creating it. You are developing it. When you want to release fear and move forward towards your union, then you're creating union. If you want to resist the energies, if you want to stay in fear and stay in your old patterns, then, you're keeping your union, in a state of resistance. Okay, but we got to let the universe take control now. The universe is creating their own little plot twist for you. Your role is not to be afraid of whatever that plot twist is, but just roll with it. The universe is in charge. It's like a wheel of karma is what I'm seeing right now. Or I'm sorry, the wheel of fortune rather. It's like, let the universe Be in charge. The universe has the best plan for you. The second card that came out here is the Nine of Swords. Depths of despair. Worry, remorse, hopelessness, dark thoughts, guilt, regret. So, a lot of this, not by the rules and the things that are happening in the Five of Swords, our guides are saying it's coming from this depth of despair that's coming out, right? This is the abandonment pattern that I talked about that's being released. Part of the full moon that's coming up on Halloween, guys, is Venus is going to be opposing Chiron. And that, you know, every time that I've dealt with Venus opposed Chiron, it's been a challenge. It's been about releasing abandonment and turning our hearts back to love. So, I don't believe that the planets have to create negative energy for us. And I feel the more that we ascend, of course, the more the planets support us. But, I'm just putting that out there that Venus opposing Chiron tends to trigger that soul wound of abandonment and lost love and despair. So you want to stay ahead of that game. You want to know that the planets are shifting things and it's just a release. Let it go. We have to free ourselves now from our dark thoughts, freeing ourselves from our fear. And our guides are also saying that some of this is our own projection. Okay, so you have to watch, once again, what you're projecting onto your twin. If you're being triggered into a lot of painful experience with them, this is just a release of your abandonment wound. And they're likely going through something similar in their own life. So again, because we want to change up these cards, we want to change up the challenge. The reverse of this card is recovery. Go into the clear, finding peace, seeing the light, solace for pain, breaking the cycle. Okay, and we're going to do this through surrendering. What's coming up in the future for twins? The first card is justice, okay? Fairness and balance, consequence, legal matters, cause and effect, integrity, balance, truth. Well, I feel like the justice card here, when we're talking about the twin energy, this is bringing in that sense of balance that's happening more and more for twin flames as this union energy becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. And when we look at the collective energies, the universe is saying that whatever's going on with the collective energies, justice is going to be served. Okay, the plot twist is going to involve justice. Therefore, you don't need to attach to the things that are happening, but just trust. The best thing to do is just be in a state of love, because when we're in the vibration of love, we're raising, so many people around us. We're affecting everyone that we touch when we're in that state of love and we're in our heart. This has to do with your dreams coming true. So, for unions, for your life purpose, all of these things, if you've been feeling like you're not getting anywhere, or if you've been waiting to go to the next level, the universe is saying justice is coming. Okay, we've got to take care of these issues before the universe can fulfill our dreams. The universe hears you. So what I'm getting around the collective energy, right? There's going to be this chaos. There's obstacles. There's misunderstandings. It's going to feel like the energy's stuck in a lot of ways. Because remember, Mars is retrograde until November 13th. So we've still got 4 more weeks, 3.5 weeks, I guess, of Mars retrograde. So there's not a lot moving forward. The beauty of Mars retrograde is that when that planet's retrograde, our ego steps back a little bit. We can hear our intuition more clearly, and we can allow our heart to open more, because Mars is that energy of protection, and it wants to protect us. And so in a lot of ways, it's connected to our defenses. And when Mars is retrograde, then we're able to let our guard down a little bit, and we're able to open up a little bit more. Even if, that's not being shown right now, whether it's you or your twin or people in the collective, it may be hard to witness that because it can be more of an internal thing rather. But it's creating the internal change that's needed. So the key word for what's happening in the collective energies is duality. Duality is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger as these polarizations get drawn out of everybody. And that's all it is. I talked about that in my last video about how the collective energies right now, it's just a giant twin flame journey. And we're just triggering each other to purge out the duality. Now, as the duality gets pulled out, okay, there's healing. So there is this shifting in the energies. That's number one, allowing twin flame unions to come closer. But also what I'm being shown is that twin flames now can begin to start acting as the polarization of the duality, if that makes sense. So if the whole collective is in a state of duality, then twin flames that are in balanced and surrendered then become the mirror of what union is to those holding the energy of duality. So in this way, we're becoming the guides, the teachers, more and more and more, and it's just our energy alone that can reflect to those people still holding the duality. So this is an important shift of coming closer into union. And if it's just energetic union right now, embrace that and be happy with that, and know that the more that the 5D union gets stronger, the more that union is grounding itself in 3D. It's just a matter of time before that dam bursts and the love and the emotions cannot be restrained anymore. The second card here for the future of what's happening with twin flames is Six of Wands. Congratulations, victory, success, achievement, major milestone. So you see, our guides are telling us there's nothing to worry about. We've got justice and victory ahead of us. So don't let feelings that might come up, emotions, old patterns, you might be feeling overwhelmed with things. You may feel like running away. That's just energy coming out. I think for most of you, what you're doing is you're really shifting that pattern. And let's face it, we often blame the divine masculine for running, but both twins run. We're not running anymore because once we get through this stage, the triggers with your twin, for many of you that have been on this journey for a while, they're not going to be so bad. You won't need so many triggers, and you'll be able to connect more from the heart without all of this up and down energy. So, yeah, things are grounding. Things are changing. You just have to focus on keeping yourself balanced, keeping your inner union balanced, staying in your heart, and letting go of the fear. And if the fear comes up, just release it. Remember these two cards. Everything is well. Everything is going as planned. So thank you so much, guys. You know what? I'm feeling like I should pull a Journey of Love card here before I go. What is the energy of twin flame unions? Number 9, Heart of God. You are part of something profound, a divine calling and privilege. It is the role of inspiratrix or inspirator upon this earth, the women and men who have hearts capable of bliss. Bliss is what we feel when we let God in. The heart opens, and we cannot speak for the sensation of it. It cannot be described. Great hearts can tolerate mystery. They can bear the enormity of divine bliss, beyond analysis and description, and simply be. You don't have to do anything with it, you see. To be the inspiration is to have a heart open to the divine. It's a life calling. Your heart is an inspirational force to be loved, recognized, and protected for the precious catalyst of divine awakening that it is. Be led by your heart. God is in it, speaking through it, calling you forth to love. And the love that flows through your heart filters out through your toes, dripping on those beneath you as stars falling from the heaven. This oracle holds a message for you, direct from the divine. You have a sacred purpose to fulfill upon this earth, and it's all sorted out. This situation, this issue, this awakening that you seek and are living even now is held lovingly in the hands of the divine creator. The creator says to you, leave it with me. It's all unfolding in perfection. I am alive in your heart. I am alive in your heart. When souls are touched with love sublime and hearts unleashed with wonder found, a promise made somewhere in time of words that speak without a sound. In gratitude we transcend space and bless the gifts we now can keep. Our thoughts caress in soft embrace, and eyes allowed in joy to weep. The moment song that we compose will leave this life with no regret and carry forth what we impose to chart again a course once set. For what we have is ours to own, each breath a step we measure sweet. Together now we wait alone and walk in peace, our hearts complete. Well, now I know why they told me to pull a Journey of Love card, because that card echoes everything I was saying about staying in your heart. Okay, this card so beautifully explained it. It's all sorted out. God is saying, God, Goddess, this situation, this issue, this awakening is held in the hands of the Creator. Leave it with me. It's all unfolding. I am alive in your heart. I am your heart. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can visit my website, which is Twinstrology. I am booked up. I'm taking bookings for around mid-November right now. And mid-November, the 11/11 is when I think there's going to be a lot of shifts happening. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all a lot of love. Keep the faith, and I'll speak to you soon.